Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zahwa Islami Dofita and my student number is 0040. Now I will read the text under the title is Bloom's Theory. Benjamin Bloom worked as an educational professor, a researcher, an editor, and examiner throughout his career. His main contribution to the area of education involved master learning, his model of talent development, and Bloom's taxonomy or levels of critical thinking. He focused much of his time to study of educational objective and ultimately proposed that any task stimulates one of the three psychological domains: cognitive, affective, or psychomotor. The cognitive domain deals with the knowledge and understanding of concepts or ideas. The affective domain is concerned with the attitudes and feelings that result from the learning process. Lastly, the psychomotor domain involves manipulative or physical skills. Benjamin Bloom worked for the University of Chicago's Board of Examination from 1944 into the 1960s. He did work at different times for other places, but he always had an office at the University of Chicago. The board was responsible for administering comprehensive exams to students. At first, the comprehensive exams were focused only on factual recall of information. As time went on, the exams began to reflect a paradigm change in education. The exam began to focus on how students reason and solve problems instead of just factual recall. The years that Bloom worked for the University of Chicago's Board of Examination affected the way he perceived the purpose of education. The development of his educational taxonomy really began with his work for the Board of Examinations. In 1956, Benjamin Bloom had a group of psychologists at the University of Chicago who developed a hierarchy of intellectual behavior important to learning and mastering of a concept. This became known as Bloom's taxonomy, which is still an integral part of educational objectives today. His classification of educational objectives, known as Bloom's taxonomy, incorporates cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domains of knowledge. While working at the University of Chicago in the 1950s and 60s, he wrote two important books: Stability and Change in Human Characteristics and Taxonomy of Educational Objectives. Bloom's taxonomy provides structure in which to categorize test questions. This taxonomy helps teachers pose questions in such a way to determine the level of understanding that a student possesses. For example, based upon the type of question asked, a teacher can determine that a student is incompetent in content knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. This taxonomy is organized in a hierarchical way to organize information from basic factual recall to higher order thinking. The table below describes the level of Bloom's taxonomy, beginning with the lowest level of basic factual recall. Each level in the table is defined, gives descriptive verb that would foster each level learning, and describes sample behavior of that level. Bloom's taxonomy helps teachers better prepare questions that would foster basic knowledge recall, all the way questioning styles that foster synthesis and evaluation. By the structuring of questioning format, teachers will be able to better understand what a child's weaknesses and strengths are, and determine ways to help students think at a higher level. Maybe that's all I could read now. Thank you for watching.